accordance with the theme today, I want to see who here has ever felt alone in a crowd. Put your hands up. So I want to just give you a moment to sit with that feeling. For me, it makes me feel quite anxious. It makes me feel a little bit like demotivated and like quite nervous. So for me, it can go in two directions. It can be action or apathy. So now I want you to all think about participation. Can you all actually stand up for me and just go, yeah! Come on, yeah! Nice. Now you kind of all feel a little bit more connected, you feel like amped, it makes you feel just, like you're taking action, you're participating, So a couple of reasons why I land up working with participation on a daily basis is I run an artist management agency. I facilitate public art projects. I run the Wavescape Surf Film Festival. I sit on the AfrikaBurn art committee. And for the last year, I've been working on a project called 1,000 Drawings. It's a way we bring people together to create artwork, which culminates in a one-night-only massive inner-city art sale. But I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this in a little bit. A thing that I think about regularly is, why do people not participate? And how can I encourage people to participate? So, for me, participation leads to understanding and empathy. I want to take an example of AfrikaBurn. AfrikaBurn, for those who don't know, is an annual arts festival in the Karoo that happens in Karoo. And it's based on 10 principles. We've got 3 of them up on the stage. Participation, civic responsibility, communal effort, radical inclusion, radical self-reliance, radical self-expression, decommodification, each one, teach one, gifting, and leave no trace. These guys are busy with a magnet picking up nails after they've taken down a sculpture. A lot of these principles lead to so much criticism. Is AfrikaBurn inclusive? Is it really inclusive? How can they be radical self-reliant when our lighting is coming from China? What are they really doing with the money? So I decided to start volunteering, because when I volunteer, I equip myself to be able to answer and kind of relate with the community. And I can go back and I can say, yes, this is actually what's going on in the back end. So how do we activate our citizens to participate? When we were children, we used to draw. And we used to sit around a table, and I'm sure lots of you have even seen your children doing it, where they just sit and they draw. They don't feel like, oh, I'm inferior, this one's better than me. And only until somebody says something to us that changes that neuropath in our brain, which makes us go, oh, we're not good enough anymore. So today, I want you guys to be able to participate. It's Oprah time! Please look underneath your chairs. You're going to find a board, and right under your chair, you're going to find a doodle kit. It's not a car, and it's not an airplane ticket, because I'm not really Oprah. So, inside this doodle kit is simple. It's a board, a piece of paper, and a pen. Now I'm going to tell you why you all have this. In 2006, 2 buddies were volunteering for an inner-city feeding program. One day, the bakkie that they used to use to deliver the meals to the inner-city homeless got stolen. They didn't know what to do. They were young, they were like 24, but they had an idea. They realized that they could draw, and their friends could draw, and their friends' friends could draw, and in fact, everybody could draw. So they started hosting doodle sessions where they brought people together to create. This has now become a doodle session because you're all equipped to doodle. They took all of the artworks and they hosted a one-night, large-scale exhibition where they sold the drawings for 100 Rand each. The money raised bought a brand new bakkie. This project has now spread all across the world. It's now in Cape Town. It's in Berlin, it's in Amsterdam, in Tuscany, in Munich, in Dubai, and it's going to Canada and to the States. Now, story number 2. We're in the 4th 1,000 drawings Cape Town's ever seen. We're a World Design Registered project, and we are hosting doodle sessions all across the city. In fact, we even did one in Durban last week. On Thursday coming up, we're going to have one at the Science Centre. You're going to have at the aquarium, at the National Gallery, at Kirstenbosch, doodles in schools and businesses, and all of you guys can host your own doodle sessions. A couple weeks ago, we took 100 people up to the top of Table Mountain to have a doodle. 50 of them, Cape Townians, who had never had the chance to actually go to the top of Table Mountain before. This got picked up by newspapers, TV, radio stations, as well as local blogs, etc. People and media are completely drawn to this project because it really screams for in participation. So now, the third story. Picture yourself on the 28th of August, 2014, at the Good Hope Centre in Cape Town, surrounded by over 5,000 artworks. It's going to be the largest group show of 2014. Artworks are being sold for 100 Rand each. There's going to be a food market. There's going to be doodle battles. There's going to be 3D mapping, DJs, bands, kissing, dancing. One of the best nights out Cape Town has to offer. Now, why are we doing this? The money raised from Night of 1,000 Joins 2014 is going towards the upliftment of the Thomas Wildschutt School right down the road in Retreat, literally 2 kilometers down the road. We're going to be using a turnkey solution by bringing in 3 local organizations to do this upliftment. Green Pop will be doing tree planting and environmental education with the youth. This is going to be a 2-year-long program. Seesaw Do are going to do murals around the outside of the building and art workshops with these youth. Help Educare are going to be doing homework and life skills enrichment. This is going to help over 450 youth at the school and their families. And it needs your help today. So I'm going to tell you how you can get involved. You can host your own doodle session by having a doodle dinner. Last night, 15 people sat around doodle and had a dinner. You can doodle on your doodle paper right now and drop it off at the drop box at the back. You can jump online and support us by going to our Fund to Fund campaign and donating towards the project. And volunteers, we need you. Anyone. It can be for the main event. It can be illustrators to help us illustrate certain things. It can be people who can help with fundraising. It can be social media gurus, anything. I just want you guys to come and participate. And you can take out your phones, maybe not right this moment, but at some point, and share about this on social media so that others can learn about this project. There are drop-off points around the city. So if you just go home and you create your doodle, you can just go drop it off anywhere you would like to. And I want to leave you off with something that Leonard Nimoy said. The miracle is this: the more we share, the more we have. Thank you.